WEF officially declares bird flu an international pandemic. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. To the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. Shalom. This the brother Dama Agabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify and give you warning from Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. And right on time, all of a sudden now the WEF is declaring, that BIRD situation, the international P. And like we told you that we knew this thing was coming. We knew it was only a matter of time before they were going to really start pushing this and making this thing become a reality, whether it's true or not. All right. And this is just me reading the news. This is not me giving any medical information. I'm just reading the news and just letting you know that we knew that this thing was coming. We heard, Kill Gates and, these other so-called experts many times over saying that there is going to be another pandemic. All right. It wasn't a matter of when, but it wasn't a matter of if, but when. And now we can see, hey, these devils are, really trying to make that push. And, ultimately, it's going to lead to a lot of problems and a lot of issues, a lot of starvation. First it's going to be chickens, then it's going to be cows, and we're about to see a huge culling of poultry and beef in the near future, which is going to lead to what? Famine, which is going to lead to starvation, which is going to lead to higher prices, which is going to lead ultimately to another lockdown. All right. And they're already positioning themselves to make this thing be something, because they've already given over $175 million to, I think, Moderna to make the cure for this particular disease that they're saying is eventually going to spread from animals to humans. So, hey, we've been telling you, we've been warning you, hey, and these devils are about to ultimately make their push. All right. And in this article, as you can see, people, people have woken up to the bullshit. People know that this is not exactly what it seems to be. Now, I'm not saying that this thing doesn't really exist or that it wasn't created in a lab or that, it's not going to be, something real that's going to, affect a lot of people. But we know they're going to push this, they're going to use this as a way to strike fear into the minds of these American citizens to the point to where, they're going to give up a lot of their rights, and they're going to eventually make this lockdown so severe that, you're not going to be, it's going to come with a consequence if you don't, fully accept this and go along with all of the rules and the BS that's going to come with this new pandemic. So we got to be prepared in the spirit and be, vigilant and be, definitely tapped into the spirit of faith, because, these devils are going to use this to ultimately bring in their new world order, man. But it says the World Economic Forum has declared BF to be an international P and has ordered world governments to begin culling billions of chicken. Billions of chicken. Do you know what that's going to do to the food supply, man? And a lot of this can be manufactured. A lot of this cannot even be a real thing, man. But they're just using this as an excuse to basically to take control of the food supply and tell you eventually that all the food in the store, all the beef, all the cattle, it's all tainted, it's all infected. So therefore, you're going to have to eat their genetically lab grown chicken, their lab grown beef, their maggot milk, and all of their genetically modified foods that are safe, nutritious, and delicious, while the natural chicken and beef and cows are all infected. It's all because of climate change. It's all because of the carbon footprints and humanity's uses of resources that we're gonna have to bring in this new way of living, which is going to be a synthetic form of life. And they're going to make it to where you're going to have no choice but to bow down to it, or you're going to starve, man. This is truly the work of Satan, man. It says, in America, Colorado has become the first state to enact emergency powers due to the outbreak and has ordered farmers to slaughter millions of chickens to stop the transmission of the disease. And like I said, it's why you gotta be spiritual. You got to understand that, this man is very deceptive. He's he's a damn demon and a liar, and he's Satan, and he'll, He's just looking for a way to gain more and control, man. And like I've done previous lessons, if you can control people's food supply, you can control the people. You see? And eventually he's going to start making natural chicken and beef and other food products literally illegal, because he's gonna slap a contaminated tag on everything, and then it's going to be to the point to where whatever he says is contaminated and is not good and is infected is going to be outlawed and banned, and whatever he's going to present to you, new food, new chicken, new beef, his form of it, and we know the damage that's going to fucking do. All right. And it says Democrat Governor Jared Polis announced a disaster emergency declaration last week, which unlocks the resources necessary to help affect poultry facilities respond to and contain outbreaks of avian flu. Look at this. Concerned citizen says an estimated 1.8 million more chickens to be culled. What does it say here? They are attacking farmers. They are attacking livestock. They are attacking egg production. They will force more experimental onto you. They're insane. You see? And people are really starting to wake up. People are really seeing that. Look, man, what you did with that last so-called lockdown and how that played out, nobody is trusting you. Nobody is believing your bullshit anymore. All right? Because, you're just an untrustworthy demon. And everybody is seeing you for the demon that you truly are. But like we've been telling you, hey, man, hey, this devil is he's making his move. He's trying to put things in motion, and how coincidentally right before the election, this type of shit is popping up, and we know that they could possibly use this to not even have an election. They could deem this to be a total pandemic and a problem to where nothing is safe and we can't have the election, and Biden stays in there, which they know that's going to cause more chaos, more confusion, more anger, and people are going to eventually take it to the streets. It says, as a result of the incident, 1.78 million chickens will be killed at the Weld County facility where the outbreak occurred, with an infected worker reportedly recovering after testing positive and cattle also being infected. The mass slaughter of close to 2 million chickens prompted concerns on social media over the nation's already beleaguered food supply. See? Because like I said, they want eventually to take control of this food supply. How much and how could they do that? By saying that the food supply is tainted and we have to cull it, and they already have the solution in place for this shit. It says the True Explorer says, whose interest is behind this killing of chickens based on a false premise of using the 97% inaccurate PCR test? Kill who, John Kerry, Klaus Schwab. Several months ago, we were on MSN Talk Circuit claiming we had to put farmers out of business to save the planet. You see, and that's what I said earlier. This is all going to be used as a form of deception to tell you that they have to save the planet from climate change, that people are using too many resources, that cow farts are destroying the ozone layer, which is causing, chickens to come down with this new disease, and that's going to affect people and humanity, and everything is out of control, and we have to save humanity. This is truly, like I said, truly the working of Satan, man. All right. And this was a Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, all right? And that red horse represents Esau Edom, the so-called white man, all right? It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And what way can you take peace from the earth? Is by totally sabotaging the food supply and, leaving everybody in a total dependable state of dependency upon the powers that be, To put the control of the food supply in his hands is a certain death sentence. Is a certain way he's going to be able to take peace from the earth and bring order out of all of the chaos, man. It says, and they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, and that was what? Esau blessings. And like we tell you all the time, hey, this devil weaponizes everything. He's going to weaponize the air against you, chickens against you, cows against you. And eventually he's going to weaponize and use food as a weapon against the people to get you to bow down and acquiesce to this NWO, man. Look at this. The Patriot Lioness says, I do not believe them. And that's the sentiment all around the world, man. Nobody, here and around the country, nobody believes what the powers that be are saying, because they've been caught lying so many goddamn times. It says they have pulled so many stunts that I just can't believe a word they utter. They've given me reason to believe it's all about diminishing the food supply equaling famine, right? Because famine equals what? Control. You see? Look at this. Instead of killing millions of chickens because of you see that, couldn't we just lock them down in the coop for 2 weeks to flatten the curve? You see? It says, old American patriot. It says, nice. Notice outbreaks are only happening in blue states. This impacts the whole country. This is a sinister plan to reduce the USC, man. So nobody's buying the bullshit, man. People are waking up. People are waking up to the, people are, and who is it mostly? These patriots, these red-blooded Americans, man. Esau, they're up on game. The ones that's going to fall for this shit and be led, to the slaughter is going to be a lot of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, I will say Jake is waking up to a certain extent, but we know the majority of our people are just, brain dead, man. Gullible. And they're going to be, led as a slaughter. Look at this. This is what the BF looks like under a microscope, and it's oh shit, and it's a shitload of money. You see? Yeah, look at this. It says, and like I said, this is the agenda. They're gonna do this shit everywhere. It says Colorado emergency BF declaration follows news earlier this month. The U.S. government will fund the development of a Moderna bird flu to the tune of $176 million. Like I said earlier, man. It's so blatantly obvious. It's just like, come on, man, really? You see, but these devils, they're running out of time. They're getting very sloppy. They have no choice but to come down with this shit because, hey, the jig is up, man. You see, but the only way he's gonna be able to really force this is gonna be with force. This is why, like I've been saying, hey, eventually they're gonna have to bring in these UN troops. They're gonna have to bring in some type of military, some type of armed force in order to really enforce this BF lockdown, because people are just not going to go along with it, man. Like I said, like that these people are saying in these tweets, look, man, you didn't lie too many goddamn times. All right. And what you did last time, people are still, feeling the effects of it. And they have really learned the truth of what you was really trying to do. And they're not buying it. It says the mass culling of poultry also comes just months after several egg facilities caught fire earlier this year. See, look at this. Multiple chicken farms have been set ablaze in the past 24 hours. Accusations of domestic terrorism are flying. No cause has been officially announced for the city. Yeah, man, you see? And like we tell you all the time, there are no coincidences, man. You see? Look at this. The outbreak is also drawing comparisons to the beginning of the 19P, with some fearing it could be used as a pretext to interrupt the 2024 election, similar to the last one. You see? Yep. Like it says here, but the deep state will go for broke and accelerate their plans to collapse America as the facade of their installed puppet president falls to shambles. Yeah, because they're trying to implement their new world order, man. You see? And this is what? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And here's the point. And then shall that wicked be revealed. And who's the wicked? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, so you can understand. All right, these elites, the Biden, the Biden administration, the deep state, NATO, the EU, the beast, the face of it, which is Esau, Edom, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and that's the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And this is ultimately what they're gonna, this is eventually what's gonna happen to Esau. He's gonna be destroyed by Yahweh Shai when he comes back, and makes his glorious return. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all powers and signs and lying wonders. And this is part of his lying wonders, man. His ability to deceive and to use the media and to use unrighteous decrees and corruption to implement sorcery and lies and deception like this shit, man, and be able to get away with it and be able to deem anybody that comes up against it as an enemy, as a dissident. And hey, you better believe they're putting laws in place to when people buck up against this to be thrown in all of those, deterrent camps they're building all across the country. Because they know that a great, rebellion is going to come against this devil. You see, but he's coming with those signs and lying wonders. And it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie, and that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness, And this is what's going to happen to a lot of our people. You Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. A lot of you are going to be duped and deceived by this, because ultimately, when Esau really puts the clamps down and really comes in with that great wrath and start telling you, look, if you don't accept this and do what we tell you to do, hey, we'll lock you up. We'll put you in jail. We'll fine you. We'll put you to death. A lot of these jakes are going to, and when a lot of these jakes can't eat and can't get food, when they bring in this new lockdown, and you don't bow down to the prerequisites and the demands that they give you in order to receive particular goodies, hey, a lot of Jake who don't have faith are going to bend and fold and be taken by this shit and be deceived into their own destruction. All right, but hey, man, I didn't want to make this a long lesson, but hey, we've been telling you another lockdown was coming, and now we see these devils, going full steam ahead. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen tomorrow or next week, but know that this is going to continue to escalate, and it's going to go from not only Colorado, but it's going to go from state to state, to farm, to eventually it's going to be like a situation to where there's going to be a bad package of chicken somewhere or beef somewhere, and people are going to magically just get sick, and the hospitals are going to be filled, and people are going to be, falling out all over the floor. They're going to create that perfect theater of fear, and then eventually they're going to try to get the desired results, man. So, hey, man, stay vigilant, stay prayed up, and, we pray that, the Lord increases our faith, because things are about to get crazy and hectic out here, and this devil is not going to stop, man. And he's willing to take it all the way there to try to establish his agenda. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit of me into this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.